Alright, everybody, say hello to YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So, we've just got finished with the Arknights Limbus collaboration. I've got to say, Limbus Company really saved Arknights. Okay, terrible jokes aside. This is going to be a story-related review, because I'm going to be honest, I decided to skip the story for the convenience of the viewers. There's no fun, like the viewer having played the story, watch a streamer, then read the story, which you already know what's going to happen, and then get to the combat. So I decided, or elected to go, here's what I'll do. I'll read the story, off screen at my own leisure, before the month, as Shady's pointed out, because it'll be gone forever. But let's review, like, the bosses and the gameplay, because I do have some negatives. Obviously, it's Limbus Company. Anyway, if you like what I'm about to say, like, comment, subscribe, stick around, hit the bell for notifications to get more. Let's get into it. First things first. The reward exchange. Every event in Limbus Company has one. And I will answer your question about orbital bombardment when we get to the main boss. Pretty fucking peak. You can't see it here, but there is an ego that you can get for free. That's pretty cool, right? Free ego. But you have to do it within the month before the collab is over, otherwise this all disappears. Everything here just goes. Even the special event ticket things here, like special banners, blah blah blah. So yeah, pretty good. You get currency by using... Obviously I'm going to get more now I have this for Ishmael. So you take the new egos in, you get more. Okay? Let's really get into it. Here's... So, it's not long, which is great. As in, it's not that many things to do. There's some combat things here, there's some story events, some combat and story. Typical Limbus style, okay? My big problem is... Firstly, I wanted more of this night. I thought this boss fight was fantastic. It really was. It was a new status effect, cold, then you get frozen. I'm just worried we're never going to see that again. It's like poison, okay? 2 enemies in Limbus Company, I believe, have poison. And that's it. Only 2, and you rarely see them. Same here. They have such a cool idea to implement this in the future, and I really hope they do it. Now for the big problem, okay? My Season 6 Heishu Rupture team sucks. Okay, that's a bit of a joke, but also, you can clearly tell, hey, we've kind of shelled Rupture to you throughout the entire Season 6. Use other teams, which if you're a new player or a newer player, you've probably heavily invested in Rupture, and you might struggle. So, it's not impossible by all means, but it's going to be a lot harder. Thankfully, Project Moon and Hoyoverse, where if you're not using the new stuff, you're fucked. My big problem is, a lot of it felt very... In fact, I'll just show you what I mean. I don't have enough, that's fine. Here's what I mean about battles. So I'm going to use the Burn team as an example. This could be any team. Burn, Sinking, Tremor. But why would you use Tremor? So right here, I have a big problem with focused encounters. Now, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. But right here, as you can see, wave 1 of 2, 14 enemies. It just felt really, really long. Where I thought, okay, 14 enemies in one wave, I think that's a great length. Another 14 after that, it really lost me. I started to get really bored and disinterested, which is a me thing. Personally, like, you might like that. You might go, oh, that was peak. It really sets the tone, like, here's how the new units, enemies work. You get the gist. Now, I want to talk about the dungeon. I want to talk about the final boss. Okay, I'm not trying to make this too long. The final boss of the dungeon was what you'd expect. Pretty fantastic. However, there were some glaring issues I got with it. Now, if we go in here, enter with the Burn team again, because, best been playing with Limbus Company, blah blah blah, classic joke. Let me just skip this real quick. Get into it, The dungeon, not that long. Dungeons of Fire, you get to the final boss. Now, as this comment says here, which you can see, so how do you feel about orbital bombardment? Some big bullshit. Some really big bullshit. And my biggest gripe, like, that's cool. You can clash with it, like other ways. It's basically, you go in, don't do what I did in the past, and not read. It's a lot of text. Read it. It does make sense eventually. But if you're like me, you're more of a doer than like, you learn through actually doing it rather than reading it. Here's the problem. There is a phase 2. Spoiler warning, there's a phase 2 of a boss. Who could have figured? This Dark Souls looking boss has a phase 2, and never. This little thing here is a shield. I think the one thing you can do, there's one of two things you do. One, make the shield not as tanky. 2, ignore the shield and just give it a big health pool. Is what it is. Give it the protection that it's got. See, right here, protection. You got protection against rupture. There we go. Problem solved. It just felt like really long. I mean, Burn seemed to bypass it somehow, which, it's fine. Oh, shaded counterpoint, go on. More of a doer than a reader or brainer. Exactly, Futa. What a name. What a name. So there's a phase 2. Yeah, sorry, Sparkle. There's a phase 2. Once you reach orbital bombardment, then you face America. I will say though, like, I did enjoy it by all means. Like, it wasn't like egregiously difficult. It wasn't like, holy crap, there's no way I can beat this. Rupture melting everything, cough, Malfaust, Hungle Doom 5k with a single attack, cough. Yeah. So, like, this entire event just felt like, okay, we've shielded Rupture long enough. Let's take it back and give that spotlight to other ideas. America, yeah, because, you know, just orbital, just bombs, you know, dropping the bombs. Wink, wink, World War II reference, anybody? Did Ryosho oil up? I wish. Anyway, maybe then I'd like Ryoshu. We're getting off topic. But outside of those grievances with the boss, still fun, still fine. It was very much, I liked that it was something new. Like, I don't want to spoil too much about the boss, but there was a certain gimmick with it where I started to focus on the wrong thing, and then after a quick little glance at reading, yes, I can read, believe it or not, and hopefully you can too, you realize, oh, I'm doing this wrong, I should do the other thing. You came at a bad time request to go meow. I've not even got you in furry mode. If you want, I can put you in furry mode, okay? Alright, now everyone's a furry. Are we all happy now? Everyone's a furry. Okay, but seriously. Outside of that, everything was fine. It wasn't anything like too egregious. Nothing felt, this is impossible. I know some people will struggle with it. I struggled a little bit. That was mostly, you know, keeping my attention awake. But I've got to say, it's made me interested. So I think with the lore, I think I got to hear reading it last time. And previous comments in my previous video about how Limbus saved Arknights. I think the Ice Lore is pretty good. I just think right now, I'd much rather do the event, get the rewards, and then dedicate time to understanding the story more. And then I'll get a deeper appreciation. But right now, just gameplay-wise, mechanic-wise, the event is, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. It's really solid. This boss, the Fabled Knight, this guy will fuck you up. No ifs, ands, or buts. He will look you dead in the eyes and go, hey, it's a bit chilly today, isn't it? And you'd be like, no, it's pretty warm. And he's like, you're frozen. Just, it's very much, it's good. It's good, it's great even. It's just, there's some things that they could tweak a little bit, but in classic Project Moon style, they probably will. I'm already told, because we did all this in hard mode, I'm told normal mode is being nerfed a little bit for the Fabled Knight. No shame, by the way. Don't let any elitists in any community tell you, you didn't beat my boss pre-nerfed. Bitch, please. Not a real gamer. This shit was tough. What can I say? It was tough. And honestly, if people are like calling you out for, you know, being quote-unquote bad at the game, block them, defriend them. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You just need to know that, hey, this is how I want to have fun playing the game. There you go. And I do believe that Limbus Company should do this further down the line. Limbus Company should do this further down the line. There we go. I got it right for once. I'm getting excited because I like talking about this stuff, so I'm rambling a little bit, and my brain's moving too fast with my mouth to keep up. For example, I'm going to keep using this as a prime example of what they should do. And I really wish we had like feedback forms, surveys for them. I'm once again bringing up Lei Hong. Okay? Now, we all know I hate this guy. And yes, before Shady says anything, we will be doing the Hong Kong against Lei Hong solo, okay? I've got you covered, Shady. Don't worry, we're working on that. In like 5 years or whatever. Anyway, he's been nerfed. What they should do is add a toggleable selection for difficulty. Do you want to fight the post-nerf or the pre-nerf? I think something like that would just be... It's not necessary by all means, but it would be nice just to... Because I feel like I missed out. Same with Zhao Q. I feel like I missed out on some of the bosses at like their peak height, and I thought... I can't really appreciate how well Project Moon handle the kind of changes they implement. I don't really have a good appreciation for it. I've just got second-hand accounts. That being said, let's just go back to the Arknights real quick because I hate Lei Hong and it's all about Arknights. Beautiful collab. Great mechanics introduced, just felt a little bit long in some areas. I highly, highly recommend trying this out. And if you want to give Arknights a go, hey, by all means, do that. I might give it a go. I know it's a tower defense, and that's not my favorite kind. I don't really vibe with it. But I'm willing to give it a go. Sure. And that's the beauty of collabs. There's no losers or win. There's no losers. There's only winners. What can I say? The only kind of feedback PM uses in respects is the amount of poison letters and bombs they get in the mail. I know that's a joke. However, don't do that. What else can I say? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to end the video now, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay refreshing. So, real quick, I forgot to talk about the big thing. I don't know when this is going to fit into the video. Might be at the end. We need to talk about the gacha element. Now, unfortunately, this is the only way to get them. Unlike the one purchase, which happens every few months or so, where these you cannot purchase them. So Limbus has this great thing where the dispensary. Oh, you missed a character from Season 2? You could just buy them. Or you missed an ego from Season 2, which I definitely did. I didn't play till Season 5. You can go in and you can use these things called ego shards to buy identities or egos. Okay? The problem is, you can't do that with this. And it has led to a lot of Limbus players really encountering gacha for the first time. So for example, you can't see it here, but Shady mentioned Limbus community's first encounter with real gacha hasn't gone smoothly. Yeah, I don't class Limbus as a gacha. It's a game with gacha elements. Because it's the only way to get this ego, and this ego. That's it. Once it expires on this date, it's gone. And you can see here we have a pity system. You go to 200, and you can exchange for whichever one you want. Or maybe an announcer. I can't find Amiya here, but it is what it is. There's a lot of people... Yeah, people screaming and crying because the egos are actually true limited and they didn't get them due to reasons they didn't save their lunacy to rates fucked me over. If you're like me, it's because you don't have the lunacy. But I'm also stupid enough to go, hey, do you know what I'm going to do? I'll spend money for it. If I get desperate further down the line, yes. Here's the problem. What Futa just said, gotta whale quick, don't. But there's a whole month where you can save up, you can build up, because Limbus Company is really, I want to say generous. But it's really easy to save up, like, the lunacy. But also, don't think, oh, it's a month. I've got plenty of time. And right now, you do. You have, like, what, 3-4 weeks? The second you have 1 week, you've had more or less a whole month at that point. That's where it kind of changes to, I've got a lot of time. I've still got time. Time is running out. I have no time. And then it's gone. Be careful with that. So yeah, that's it really. It's just, if you don't like the gacha element, I hate to tell you this, but this is how they make money. Is what it is. The Collab egos have standard rates. Oh. Yeah. 4 or 5 weeklies worth of looter. For example, the end game, or one of the end game, the Mirror Dungeon, you get 750 lunacy. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's nearly half of your pull. You need to remember, unlike most gachas like Wuthering Waves, any Hoyo game, it's not 16,000 or 1,600, it's 1,300. So there we go. It's nice and simple. Yeah, Futa, that's because you're a whale though. Like, at the end of the day, there's no rush, there's no pressure. It's a great event. It's a great opportunity. But just be responsible when you do it. That being said, we really are ending the video. That's it. Anyone else want to make any comments? You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Toodles.